Now we should be good. Alright. So, yeah. Gonna be decided, you know what? I'm gonna come on here. It's a hot day, or not hot. It's a decent day outside. It's been raining a lot lately, and I mean a lot. So, I decided I'm gonna come over here, sit down, and work on Monster because my. So if you all remember, I put in the Hot Racing sway bar kit on the Monster. I wanted to give it a try. I wanted to see what it's all about. And as of late, I've had the worst luck with it ever. It's been driving me up a wall. So today I decided, you know, I'm going to sit down and see if I can't modify this to where it would work the way I want it to work. The biggest thing I'm having issues with is playing the sway, which the bar itself isn't secured properly enough. Yeah, I really don't. I'm trying to see if I can get the play to stop. It seems every time I kind of work on it, I kind of fix it a little bit. Like at first, when I first started out, the links that go from the A-arms to the sway itself were a lot shorter. I had cut a screw. This is good imagination. This is the spacer that was in there before, and if you can see how much more length I've added, I almost doubled the length on it. So I'm just trying to find ways to get this thing to work right. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna see if anyone wants to watch me do this, because I need people, or else I will go insane. Sorry for the image quality. I really don't have the best of webcams, and that just made it worse, I think. Come on, focus. I hate this webcam. Let's see here. You good now? Kevin Cagle, if you had to get this, how much you had in Monster, how much would it be worth? God, I put in a lot into it. I started pricing out how much I put into Monster. I know it's well over 400 between the Proline Performance transmission, the all the little nits and things I've done to them over the years. I've had them for a long time, long before this channel's even started. So I've had quite a lot done to them, and with the new LED light bars, that's well over 100 there as well. So I put in well over 500 into this RC since I got them. Alright, let's see here. Can I get this all to work together? Is the question. Alright. Like I said, I've just been sitting down trying to play with this darn thing, because I plan on doing a product review of it soon, and I would like to have it to a point to where it's a viable option for a sway bar kit for a / two-wheel drive. But the issue is the kit really has like no instructions how this thing is even supposed to be put together. So trying to figure out how to put the whole kit together was like impossible. Let alone it really wasn't designed well at all. So whoever Hot Racing's design team that designed this stupid thing, you really need to rethink it, because it was stupid. Alright, let's see here. Now I got that all connected. I mean, that's a lot better, but I'm still seeing play down in the bar. Yeah, I'll show you guys. So what I'm talking about is, I'm going to pick you guys up and come over here, is if, say, I lifted up this end of the RC. If you look close enough, it's really hard to get on camera, but the connection right down there, where the sway bar goes into, it moves around. And the more movement, the more play you have in the system, the less effective it's going to be. So I have to come up with a way to keep it from doing that. What I'm thinking, originally, let me pull that bar off. Let me take off the support real quick. I have a weird way of having this in there. but it works. So get this piece off. There we go. So originally when I mounted this sway bar mount, I mounted it like this, whereas this is pointing towards the front of the RC, and 2 screws held the sway bar in place in the back. What kept happening is whenever you go up, they push out near the corners because there's no support for them, and that's all energy that's being wasted in the sway. So I just now slid it down like this to where the whole guard is facing the chassis, so I really don't need that screw, and I'm still getting a little bit of play, not enough, or not a lot. So what I'm thinking about doing is pulling out the Dremel, cutting notches into this bottom plate right here, which would originally be connected to the front bumper, because this is actually supposed to have the stock front bumper, and this sits literally right between the bumper brace and the bumper itself. So trying to get that to fit when you have a RPM bumper, and I want to attach it to the chassis because that's going to get the most secure place. Because if it's on the bumper, it's going to move. The whole mount's going to move. So I want it on the chassis where it's going to be stable. So I think I'm going to need to go find my Dremel because I have no clue where that thing is. I haven't used it in a while. I think I might know where it is. It might be in my closet, so I'll be right back. Where, oh where has my Dremel gone? Where, oh where can it be? Well, I found this, which has only bits in it, but where is the Dremel itself? I don't know. Where could it be? I don't know. I have too much stuff. That's my controller. That's my transmitters. I have no clue where this thing is. You want to talk? Nope. Down here? Nope. 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 You'd think I know where my stuff is, but no, I really don't. What the hell is this thing? Hey, make money. I'm working on one of my RCs at the moment, but I need my Dremel, and I can't find my Dremel at the moment, so I'm trying to find it. So give me a sec, and I'll be back at the desk as soon as I find this stupid thing. You'd never know you'd think you'd lose a Dremel until the day you lose it. Well, this is going to be kind of fun to try, because I can't find my Dremel, and I kind of need my Dremel. Don't you love it when you lose a tool and you cannot find it for the life of you? It happens to me all the damn time. Like, I'm not even kidding. Oh, well, I just found my 2.0. I've been looking at it for weeks. I will, once I get I'm still getting everything situated. Been busy during my vacation, so cleaning up in here hasn't been the main priority. The main priority has been trying not to drown, because the region where I live, over this course of the week, has gotten hit by some pretty heavy storms, and the entire county around me has been flooded. But I'm not kidding. Freaking the other day, the county, like, governor, I don't know what to call him. I don't remember. I don't get into politics. But the guy that runs the county basically put in a state of emergency due to all the flooding and the heavy rain. So that's been a fun thing, which is why I really haven't been too active on my channel, is because we're trying not to drown. But yeah, that's been the majority of my week. Other than that, alright, I quit. I'm gonna go see my brother's Dremel. I know he has a wireless one, so... Oh, wait! Is this it? See what I'm talking about. You never know where anything is, and I just found it. Let's see here. Okay. Alright. Come on. Come off the rubber band. There we go. Now I got my Dremel. Now I can do what I want. Plug in over here. Why were you on? I need to get my cutting wheel out from here. Let's see. Cutting wheel. I'm gonna need one of you. That's the right one. Close this back up. I gotta love a Dremel. Let's see here. I need to put that on last. You can actually find Dremels pretty cheap, especially if you go to places like, I don't know where you are, but places like Harbor Freight, if you have one of those nearby you, they sell them for cheap. They may be cheap, the quality themselves may be cheap, but a Dremel's a Dremel, it'll get you by, and trust me, I have loved having my own Dremel. Before, we had a wireless Dremel that was actually my mother's, that both me and my brother had used constantly. We would legit steal a thing just for some of our own projects all the time. So, over time, we finally got our own Dremels, which was nice, because we really did need them. Pliers. I have no clue where my pliers are. See, this is how I normally am behind the scenes of my videos. Nah, there's my pliers. I get things everywhere. I lose a lot of things. I am not organized at all. I try and be organized. I just can never stay organized. That's my problem. Hey, before I do anything, safety first. There we go. You definitely want to be wearing some eye protection when you're using cutting wheels or anything with a Dremel. Yeah, I should have warned you guys. Might want to turn your volume down a little bit for this part, because it's going to get loud. Something to grip, because this is starting to get a little hot. Oh, yeah, I have pliers. What do I recommend for the slash two-wheel drive? Definitely would be RPM A-arms, RPM caster blocks, aluminum steering, axle carriers. At least slash 4x4 heavy-duty drive shafts and aluminum hex hubs. Those are probably like your best upgrades for durability. Hey, Customs RC, how's it going? Other than that, you know, for power systems, I like the Castle systems. I do not like the Blenian, just from all the problems I've seen them have and what I've seen and dealt with before. After that, you know, it's just what you want to do. The low center of gravity is a very nice performance upgrade. It's going to keep you closer to the ground, so like if you're racing a lot, you're not going to flip as much, and it improves handling a lot. But I also do like the high center of gravity because that's more off-road. I get caught up on a lot of things because of the lower chassis, whereas my brother, when he's running pyro, going through a sand course, he's not getting caught up because he's got the high center, and his chassis is not getting stuck on it, every other thing. So it depends on what you're going to be doing. If you're going to be running on road a lot more, definitely low center. If you're going to be running in the trails, high center, when you got a lot of jumps going on. So, yeah. Might want to turn your volumes down again. Just saying. Alright, yeah. I have a two-wheel drive, a four-wheel drive slash, and Summit, and a wrestler. But I see, like, what? You know, does he do the whole wrestling thing? That's a really cool lineup. Yeah, I'd love to get a slash 4x4, and I don't know about a Summit. Yeah, I've never really thought about getting a Summit. There is something right there. What is that? Someone get caught up in... Ugh. Ugh. Why didn't anyone tell me I had something in my goat? Ugh. The hell is that? I don't know. Probably filmed from the RC. Ugh. Gone? Yeah, it's gone. Cool. I'd love to get a slash 4x4. I actually have plans to build one. My biggest thing, though, is getting the parts for a slash 4x4. That's the key thing, because they do get expensive. All I've got is an Emax, and it's money to get... Yeah. Yeah. Trust me, I know that feeling. I was constantly breaking I-arms and skid plates and just a whole lot before I started upgrading Goliath. Alright. No forewarning. Turn the Dremel back on. Should probably readjust first, because getting to this corner would be a little bit harder. Alright, here we go. Readjust this again, because it's going to be impossible for me to actually cut anything like that. So let's try this instead. Alright, that should be a good grip. Yeah, trying to hold these things while trying to cut them, because this will get extremely freaking hot. That would be cool. That would be really cool. I don't always like the backslash conversions. I love the short course look, so I mean, I have plenty of parts to build myself another / two-wheel drive. I know I put a bunch of parts aside for a friend of mine who wants to build a / two-wheel drive, and you know, I might as well make a backslash eventually for the channel. I don't know what hell I'd name it. I know, you know, I really don't know. You know, it's getting to that point where I'm running out of ideas for RCs that people want me to build, and RCs that I later want to build, and you know, because Shadow Wolf wants me to build an E-Revo, one full-scale size. I've wanted to take an E-Max and turn that to a 6x6. A really freaking cool upgrade to do, I think. So, I know there's a lot of things I've thought about doing. Alright. So I'm gonna go down again. Good. Alright. That's one corner. So, as you guys can see, this is what I just did. Originally looks like that. Hot, hot, hot. I just put my hand down on a hot piece of metal, and that's what I just did. Just cut a notch out of it. That way when I go to put it down on the RC, it's going to sit right all nice inside the chassis itself. Hopefully I won't have to do any more modification, but one thing at a time. You really don't know how it's going to fit until you start taking it apart and putting it back together. I want to clean that up real quick before I move on. Much better. Alright. It's not? Alright, that works. See, I'm thinking it goes off and you guys are just like, ah, my ears. Or those that have headphones. God. If you guys have headphones in and my thing didn't have, I really don't know if it has auto level or not, because I guess it does. In that case, it's good, because if anyone is watching this with earphones, I am so sorry. No, I figured, you know, doing something like this a little from time to time, you guys might like. So, you know, from what I've seen before of me doing these, people have liked it. So, I plan on continue doing them whenever I'm just trying to work on one of the RCs. I just want to talk, you know. And if, you know, I got 5 people chilling out with me, so. Sorry, I was thirsty. I had to take a drink. So hopefully, the whole plan is it just sit nice and easy. Let me get you up here. Get right down here where the screw is. Hopefully, have it sit nice and easy and flat. Because the way I want it to sit in the RC is, basically, I want it to sit to where this open groove on the top where the bar sits in is facing up. That way it has enough support in the back, the front, and the bottom, because it's not pulling to the front, the top, it's pulling to the bottom. So my plan is to have it to where that groove is facing up. But to get it to that way, I have to Dremel out this bottom lip, which is originally for to mount it to the / two-wheel drive front bumper with that front brace. And since I don't have a front brace because I have the RPM bumper, it's not going to work right the way it wants to. So I wanted to mount it onto the chassis where it's going to be the most securest point and it's not going to move around. So I'm trying to make a kit that's meant for a stock / work for a completely modified /. and it's been fun. It's been really fun. People have been wondering, you know, how this kit works, and I'm still trying to get it to where it works right. Because, like I said, I'm using a kit that's not meant for it. So it's really interesting. It's definitely interesting to try. Hopefully, I'm thinking about also trying to find whatever metal that the sway bars are made of. Trying to find a heavier gauged wire so that I can strengthen it even more, because the sways that were included, the black or the red and the silver sway bars, are useless, and the blue one's the only strongest one that actually does anything. So I wanted to get a heavier one, but I don't even know what kind of metal Hot Racing uses, and of course their company is very vague on descriptions, and if you're trying to get a hold of them, they're completely useless. So that's why I'm trying to modify it the best way I can. I've tried steel. Steel is at least the hobby steel that you can go to like Ace and get like that little thin pipe pit. I think I have some. Yeah. I went down to Ace and I picked this rod up. It's the same size, a little bit bigger, I think, and it's just way too flexible. So I went online and bought a rod of titanium, which definitely has the strength, but it's not the right freaking size. So I think I might try and get some more titanium so I can make a really nice sway bar. Because at this point, it's not about using this kit, it's more like modifying it to make it my own kit. Which then I'll go back and kind of see if I can't make like a how-to video to modify that to do this. I know I did somewhat of a good job when I originally did my upgrade for it, but at this point it's no longer going to be their kit, it's going to be a mix of mine and theirs. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. And you know, I was like, you know what, let's not see if anyone wants to hang out with me while I do it, because I'm kind of lonely. I am very, very lonely. So how's this blade looking? Full of aluminum, but still cuts. That's a good thing. Coca-Cola. Alright, where's my pliers? There's my pliers. I'm gonna go back down and start cutting the other half. Because I would like to get this done some point today. Once I'm done with this, I'm going to go back to editing, because I actually have an upgrade for Drogan that's actually uploading right now. And I have a lot to work on for its description, because it's a giant video. So I started this while I waited for that. I think it's almost done. I don't know. I'd have to take a look. But yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's true, but generally you're going to get the best out of some kind of metal, because depending on the plastic, because with plastic there has to be kind of, there's a balance. On one spectrum you have rigid plastic, and then you have the flexible. Normally how it works is the rigid plastic's more brittle, because since it can't flex, it's going to snap easily. And then you have, you know, the flexible, which isn't going to be rigid at all, but it's going to be able to stand the flex, and it's not good. you're going to get your best out of metal. So it's finding a type of metal at this gauge wire that's strong enough is really hard, especially when you have to wait a week before it gets here. So, yeah, and trying to find a titanium rod that's this small, this is like impossible. So I really need to start doing a little more research. I don't know. I'd have to figure out something. But yeah, so that's pretty much that. I did, guys, watch my best friend Jason's channel, Dark Clip to Cart. I actually just sent over a donation towards him, so be ready to watch that because that's going to be hysterical. If you guys saw one of my updates like a week ago, it actually fell, and if you saw it, it is covered in duct tape. I like wrapped the thing and I left a note on it. The note read, can only be opened with the ultimate RC unboxing weapon. And if you don't know what that is, you're going to laugh because it's a spoon. It's funny. It's going to be funny to watch. So I'm really looking forward to just see, like, why, Tristan? Why? Have you tried spring steel? I have not. I'll definitely have to look into that. But like I said, trying to find... I don't even remember what gauge this is. I have to look. But drum going back on. Moving! Quick! Moving! Alright, there we go. Got it all cut up. Now it's gonna be a little hot. Hot. Do more Rustler upgrades. I need to. I really do need to. Raven's been, not Raven, Aurora's been kind of jealous lately. So I need to start doing more of those. So, that like that. Alright, I got more cutting to do. So, basically, for this, I gotta get rid of this whole top bar right here, which is okay. Because as long as this is still one piece, it should be fine. Do more Rustler vid, yeah, I need to. I know what's in the plan for her is a 1/8 scale castle system. I want to put a 1/8 scale in her so bad. And with that, I want to do a mod 1 gearing. But I need to... Oh, I just dropped it. There it is. Yeah, I really want to do some mod 1 gearing. Castle. I like the castle systems. From the system I have, because I actually have Millennium systems from Genesis RC, which, if he's watching, thank you very much. And there's problems with it. And from what I've been reading up, there's been a lot of problems with the Millennium systems. So I have a castle and monster. I love the castle system. I'm going to be getting the castle link soon, so I can program it myself. Well, at least what they allow you to program. So I think I'm going to go castle with her, too. Yeah, I have the SCT system for Monster, and I love it. I really do. Freaking one pull of trigger, and you see this heavy RC standing up. And I was surprised, because I have a lot of weight on Monster. Between the spare tire rack, the sway bar kit, the extra battery, you know, it's a lot of weight. And I mean, I'm surprised it was able to pick up, but hey, sometimes you never know the power of a system, so, yeah. I don't know, should I should I revert Monster's LED kit from secondary pack to like the main battery pack, or should I keep them separate? Because I know for Auroras, when I do Auroras, it's going to be receiver powered through a receiver switch, which I already have one. I just need a 3-channel remote for her. Because I don't know about you guys, I know a lot of people find it really easily to make a LED kit that's you plug into the receiver and you have a built-in switch. I like the ability to turn them off remotely from the transmitter, which is a really cool added little thing. You know, if your RC's on, you're going to have it on with the transmitter. Why don't I do running videos? Because I'm not good at them. I've never been able to just get good shots when it comes to running videos. I try. My first run video, which was the first run of, what was that, 2014 or 2015? It was long before I really heavily started upgrading Monster. I really did like the intro I did for it. It's just my best video, I would say, that I did anything with this thing would have to be the Slash Bash. But yeah, so I think I want to do more. Like, probably, I don't know. You know, it's something I need to sit down and plan. Because, like I said, I'm not good when it comes to filming shots like that. I have my GoPro, which I've been trying to work with, playing with it, because I've never had a GoPro, so it's all new to me. So I have that all ready to go for them. I just need to sit down and try and figure them out, because I am bad at that. Do you use one remote on multiple RCs, or do you keep them separate? I keep them separate. That's mainly because there's 4 people I know, including myself, that play with these RCs. And, you know, each one kind of needs its own thing. So instead of trying to reprogram a transmitter and changing it for all the different settings for different RCs, it's a pain in the butt. So I like having one per RC. But that's just me. I know people like having one, but when I have multiple people wanting to run different RCs, you know, so like, say, one day, me and my dad can be running the Nitros, or my dad can be running Goliath and I can be running Monster, whatnot. It's a lot easier just having separate transmitters. Yeah, you have to deal with more batteries, but where I work, I can get batteries a lot cheaper. Keep it separate. It's a pain to have it plugged right into the receiver. That's true. So, yeah, I need to cut this real quick. So, but yeah, guys, safety first, always. I should actually be wearing since I'm cutting aluminum, I really should be wearing a respirator or something, some kind of face mask. But this is good enough, and holding your breath works too. So, drum along. Ah! I can't get a good grip. It's annoying me. Alright. As clean as Goliath? What do you mean? That Goliath is dirty. Are you kidding me? Every time I pull that RC apart, I'm spending about an hour cleaning him. I don't know why. Cleaning him is so freaking hard, and just because he's got so much stuff on him from just normal, he gets so dirty, especially after a run. How I clean my Nitros, you guys will laugh at this, okay? So how I normally clean my RCs especially after a run, is I'll take them in the house. Depending on the RC. If it's someone like Monster here, who is waterproof, I'll take him in the house. I'll take out the battery, no electric components in there. I'll hose him down in the shower, and then I'll take him out to my garage where I have a large air compressor, and I'll air dry him. And for the nitros, I will pretty much do the same thing, except for I won't use the water, it's just the air, and it gets them nice and clean real quick. But over time, yeah, you're going to have to pull them apart, clean them really good. But yeah, that's how I clean them. I thought you meant just like cleaning wise. I didn't realize you thought. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, I've done a lot of him that's not stock. So getting it to look as good as I do, it's a pet peeve of mine. When I do something, I don't want to leave it jerry-rigged. Like, for a time, I actually had Goliath's shock tower had broke. I don't know if any of you guys remember this, but I had a zip tie holding the shock tower together so I could still run them, and I hated it. I have such a big pet peeve for cleanliness and or quality of mods and whatever I do. So it's like whenever I do a mod, I try and make it as clean as possible, like it was supposed to be there. Just a little pet peeve of mine, So it's one of my little pet peeves. We all have them. We all just have a different kind of pet peeves. So all right, Dremel going back on. Alright. And there we have it. We have the mount all separated. Yeah, don't be me and don't play with parts, please. I don't want to hear about people doing the stuff I do and hurting themselves. Yeah, radio control. How you doing, bud? I'm just doing some stuff to Monster, having a little fun while I wait for something to upload. Is it done yet? I think it is done. Okay, so when I'm done with this cell, I'll go back to that, get that uploaded, and then work on the next thing. Yeah, that happens a lot. I remember, I don't really, as of lately, I really haven't broken anything on Monster, but I remember before I upgraded him to caster blocks, I had let my little sister run him, and she ran him right into our lawnmower and broke the caster block. Those are like the easiest parts to break. They're not built the best. There's so many ways they could have made that thing so much better. Alright, let's see here. How can I fit this in? That actually fits good. Where's that other screw? Because there's supposed to be a second screw for that. Alright, ah, there it is. It's in the RC. Caster blocks? No, don't get aluminum caster blocks. I strongly recommend don't. That's because I've happened to me before. It's happened to some of the friends I know. During collisions with the caster block, how it's a C shape. In a crash, they can bend closer, kind of like this, closing in that C, and it will pinch your steering block. And from there, it can strain your servo. It can damage other components because it's causing the servo to work more, and all those parts can really ruin it. A combo that I find that works well, and I know it's the same thing that Jason does too. It's RPM caster blocks and aluminum steering blocks. That's probably the best way you can do it. Unless you want to be constantly having to bend that caster block back into place, and over time that's just going to ruin it and it'll snap. I run the max on a curb and broke both A-arms, snapped a hinge pin, and cracked the bulkhead. I went full RPM after. I've had a similar accident with Goliath. When I first got Goliath, we're talking 2, maybe 3 years ago. I don't remember exactly when. It was the fall before I started this channel. I had just gotten Goliath for my birthday, and I was outside running his braking procedure. Well, during the final step, I have to full throttle it for like 3 seconds, and I wasn't paying attention. What happens? I full throttle it right into our concrete fire pit, breaking both A-arms on one side, destroying the kingpins, damaging the bulkhead, cracking the shock tower, and bending both shocks. Just let the entire section of the RC just gone. It was it was a fun crash. All right, since I'm done with this, I should be able to take these off nice. Wow, it got super bright in here now. All right. But yeah, SCRC's. But I mean, I've never seen it with SCRC's aluminum, so I'm not sure how well that works. So I mean, if they work well for you, let me know, because I love SCRC's aluminum. Where is my 2.0? Yes, the stock shock shafts are like freaking butter. I don't know how the nitrate shocks, the ones with the big bores, work. I've never had a set, so I don't know. I really don't know how well those work. So, from what I've heard, excuse me, I'm looking for my 2.0, but I just found it. But what I've heard about them is, you know, they're not the best. They bend about the same. And alright, Radio, I'll check you out later on Instagram. I know we'll probably talk later. But, yeah. Alright, let's see here. Now I finally got this cut to shape that I need. This bar is going to get annoying. Alright, let's see here. Where was I at? Because... fuck. The hardest part about these darn things, getting to sit in there. Come on. I hate having fat fingers. If a freaking screw gets caught down here, it's basically gone. I can't freaking get it out. I wish I had smaller fingers. God. You know what? I'm taking the sway bar off because it's in the way. Alright, you off to the side for now. Alright, now I should be able to get in here without. My mini slash is my basher haven't broken apart yet, except for servo because it sucks. Stop. Yeah, the stock servo. Look, any small servo from Traxxas sucks. I mean, that also includes the switching the switch servo from Traxxas for the TMAX33 reverse kit. That servo sucks. I wish there was an alternate. Yeah, I have a pair of decent needle nose, but they're old and they're kind of hard to close because they are somewhat rusted. So I need to invest in newer tools. I also need to invest in some kind of like GPS tracking devices for all my freaking tools. I don't know if anyone else has this problem out there, but I am terrible with my tools. I lose them all the time. I probably lost parts to like the 20 different sets of tools I have just because I'm just so bad at remembering where I put the darn things. And if anyone feels my pain, please let me know. I'd love to know I'm not the only one out there with this problem. Because as far as I'm aware, I am, and it sucks. I am so forgetful on where I put things. It's just horrible. So I really hope I'm not the only one out there with that same issue. No, I don't need GPS tracking. What I need is, you know, have you ever been to like a bank or someplace and they have that chain on the pen? That's what I need. One for every single one of my tools. Because I am horrible at it. I am just freaking horrible. Alright, so with that there, can't really put the screws on all the way, so I might need to pull the Dremel back out and do a little bit more modification. Or, no, because then that's going to damage the... What to do, what to do. Because I can do many things. Being smart sometimes is not one. Alright. Nice. Alright, where did I put those? There they are. Gotta put these back on. Now I am going to be doing a little bit more cutting. Just so I can get this to sit right. Because right now I have the screws kind of going in like this to hold it in place, and it's just not working. Hey Chevy Brother Outlaw. I keep my RC tools in a tiny toolbox that I can take with batch site. Normally I do, but like I said, I am so terrible at keeping my tools where they go, and I will set it down and lose it. I've lost so many sets of tools. Like, I had 2 sets of these red sets, and now I only have 5 of the 8. I'm missing 3 of my black set. I'm missing some of the other sets I've gotten in the past, and it's mostly the 2.0. For some reason, I keep losing the darn 2.0 millimeter driver. I don't know why. I don't. It seems like the 2.0 and the 7.0 hex driver, I lose all the time. I'm horrible. I am horrible. Normally I keep in like this, all my tools, and this little thing I got for Christmas a couple years ago. I just put all my tools in it and just leave it in the corner of my desk. That's normally where I put all my tools. But when I go, I have a tote bag, a custom-made tote bag, which, you know what? While I'm on here, I'll show you my custom tote bag. I actually never have shown this thing on the channel before. So this is my custom tote bag. This is for me. It's big enough so I can put Goliath in it and all my other receipts. Custom made for me. On one, it's got one big, huge compartment for all my RCs and stuff I can put in there. On this side, I actually have a LiPo battery holder bag right here in the inside. And then I have the YouTube play button along with my custom channel URL right here. And on the front of it, I have another bag and my channel logo. So I thought this thing was bad. And it's so freaking cool. What do you think about Floron 2S batteries? I've never had them. I've never had one, so I wouldn't know. How's Velocity? Velocity is good. I don't know what's wrong with him right now, because whenever I take him out, before I lost all my batteries for him, what would happen was I'd take him out, I'd have a fully charged little LiPo battery for him, I put it in, start him up, pull the trigger, and then LVD would kick in. So it'd be down to half. I don't know if that was purely because of the LiPos being trash, or there's something wrong with the system. So I'm about ready to say I'm going to get a buzzer, LVD buzzer, and then just turn off LVD on the Millennium system, because that's one of the problems I'm having with that. So hopefully, if I get a newer battery for him, it'll work. But right now, all I have left is a dead 3S battery for him, and it doesn't even work. So that's my issues with Velocity right now. Do I wish he'd run better? Yeah, because then it'd be a lot more fun. But you know, he just kind of sits up there right now. I love the RC. Don't get me wrong. There's not much I can do with him unless I completely change his color scheme. And that means getting all those upgrades that I've been given, that he came with, gone. So, I don't know. I really don't know what I'm going to do with Velocity in the future. As far as I know, the only upgrades I can do to him, that are the final ones, are expensive upgrades, like aluminum gearbox, front and rear differential cases. You can get some Power Hobby LiPos for around the same price. I run dual 2S in my Emacs, and they're great. Yeah, I need to get a 3S for a couple 2S and 3S LiPos soon. Especially 3S. I would love to see Monster on a 3S LiPo. That would be sick. Because all I've had was a 2S. Unfortunately, I'm down to, well, technically I have 2 LiPos I can run in him, but one of them's mine, one of them's my brother. My old Monster track pack is gone. I actually still have it, it's just the cells are dead. So, I've just been contemplating getting rid of it, which I should get rid of it, but, you know, it's my first LiPo and I don't want to, so. It's kind of like, what's the word? Sentimental. Because it's my first LiPo. I'm just getting into LiPos. What are some tips on being safe? You definitely don't want to, so, you definitely, when you want to get a LiPo charger, obviously, preferably one with balancing. The way I charge it is, a good habit is to monitor while it charges. It's going to say 7.4 volts, but your charger will charge it over that to about 8.4. That's just 7.4 is that minimum charge rate. So when I first started charging LiPos, and I got worried, but I later found out it's perfectly okay. Normally the cells should be charged up to around 4.2 volts. That's how high my LiPos have always charged. And you do not want to charge it and then leave it. Basically, what I do when I'm running an RC is I'll run it, discharge it all the way, put it back on, charge it, discharge it, charge, discharge it. You know, play as much as you want. And when you're done, either on your last run or when you're charging it, charge it up about halfway. Normally, I will charge it up to 3.8 volts per battery. So that's like not fully charged, but not dead. It's at halfway point, and that's a good. It's within the parameters for most of the time for a LiPo to be charged, because you do want it for storage to be about. You don't want it dead, and you don't want it fully charged, because if it's dead, you risk it puffing. If it's fully charged, you risk it puffing. So I've always kept it around 3.8 for a storage voltage. Now, this battery here, my Monster Track Pack, It sat in my closet for 2 years at 3.8, and I plugged it back in, I charged it up, and it worked great. Not one puffing issue, and that's how I've always done it. Charge your LiPos on non-flammable surface and try to check on them while they charge, and make sure you balance them. Yes, yes, and yes. Exactly what he said. You definitely want to invest in a LiPo charge bag, which is a fire retardant. It's not proof fire retardant bag that you put the LiPo in while it's charging. You also use them to storage. Depending on the charger, some chargers don't have a storage charge. I've never owned one that has a storage charge, so I've always done it at 3.8 per cell. Yeah, so eventually I'll get a LiPo charger with that storage charge and discharge stuff, those fancy things. But if you have a charger with that, definitely use that instead of my method. But that's what I do. Try and check on them while they charge. That's a big thing. I actually, if I'm charging a LiPo, I do not leave it unattended. I'll charge it, say, in the living room or outside, wherever I'm permanently at. That way I constantly can keep an eye on it, because lithium polymer batteries can be extremely dangerous. So I don't like to leave them unattended while charging. So it's just, you want to get some good habits while they're charging and storage. So definitely you want to keep them somewhere where they're not going to get damaged either when they're in storage. Hopefully, as soon as I'm done with this, I can put the RC back together. That should be good enough. We'll find out here in a second. Alright. So that. Take those off. Man, every time I take those off, it's just like, I'm blind. Bright light, not right. No, I just found that earlier. Now I can't find my 2.0. This is my problem. See, I found it like 10 minutes ago when I was looking for the Dremel. Now I can't find it at all. This is my pain. I would share it with you guys, but I would not go any good pre-mounted tires for like 20 bucks for a pair. Not really. Most of the tires I normally get are upwards to like, well, pre-mounted. For what RCs? What RCs are we talking about? There we go. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, I've had that so many darn times you would not believe. Like, I cannot find it. Where is it? I stand up, start looking for it, and I'm like, oh, it was like folded up in my shirt or something. I really do hate that sometimes. Come on. Well, nice thing is, from what it looked like before, this doesn't look too bad at all. Once I put this fully back together, I'll show you guys how it looks. This doesn't look too bad. Nothing's wrong with them except for this sway bar kit that I put on him a while ago. He's been driving me up the wall. So I'm just kind of doing modifications to it right now. I'm going to make a follow-up video later when I have it all figured out the way I like it on what all I did. So, but right now I just finished up cutting up the front sway bar mount to a point to where it looks good, and it does look good. I'm gonna need you. So I've just been working on them. That's all. Nothing serious. Ah, crap. I can't do that. Because then that's gonna move. Oh, crap. What tools do I use? I use a hodgepodge of tools. Some EDS tools, some dynamite. I don't remember what set this is. Connexus. I use so many different tools, mainly because I keep losing parts to the sets, and it drives me up a wall. So, what tools I use? Anything that's available to me at the time. Yes, I've had tips to several of my tools, mainly the 2.0s, strip out on me, and all I do to fix them is I take them outside because I actually have a fully equipped, well, my dad has a fully equipped wood shop in the garage. So I just take my damaged tools and I grind back the tip to where it's back at the good hex area. So that's how I repair my tools. Eventually, I'm going to get titanium tips for them. Eventually. And yes, if you guys haven't figured out, I'm a Star Wars fan. Today's kind of like a PJ day for me right now. How am I going to do this? So, right now I have the mount in place. Only issue is the mushroom. How am I going to make this work? Best LiPo battery? I haven't. The only experience with LiPo batteries I've had are the Team Epic Monster Track Packs and the Onyx batteries. Well, that and the Dynamites, but my Dynamites died like immediately after I was given them, so I don't count them. Yeah, you can easily do that with the Dremel, or not the Dremel, with the drill. The only issue with using a drill on an RC is you don't have that control of what's it called, of torque. So, like on an RC, you can control how much pressure you're putting into the screw to turn it, and without, what's it called, when you don't have that feeling of pressure, it can get really bad. So I'm still having that issue with the bar bending upwards, and that's because the makers of this kit, Hot Racing, really didn't think it all through. So there's a lot of play in it, and I'm trying to fix the play, because right now it's bending up now, and that's not what I want. I don't want it to bend up. So how can I get this? How can I make this work? What's the cheapest 3S LiPo? I don't know. I do not know. I've never owned a 3S LiPo. As far as, well, I have. I've never bought a 3S LiPo. How about that? So I don't know. I can't answer that one, Overkill. The cheapest I've seen is like $50. So I was gonna buy it, and now I have several things I have to pay off upcoming. So that never happened for me. I never bought it. I wanted to. I really wanted to buy that 3S LiPo, but I was gonna get one from Turnigy, and I thought it'd be cool. I have to have it to what I have to for my Rustler Mama Monster, and I have LO. English. I don't speak it. I have no clue if that makes sense. I'm really bad with English. English is my first and only language, and I still can't speak it. You know, like that saying, English, mother. Do you speak it? I don't. At all. Should I buy upgraded servos for my T-Max? Oh, okay. Wrong two. Alright. Should I buy upgraded servos for my T-Max? Yes. Preferably waterproof ones. I would recommend Savox, but those are expensive. So, I know Traxxas is coming out with that new middle-geared waterproof servo. I don't know how that's going to work. But I know Savox is a really good brand. So, I would recommend Savoxes. The only issue is if you have the reverse kit like I do on Goliath, finding an upgraded servo for that little tiny one for the reverse kit is probably like impossible. Yeah, the servo sabers on those aren't that star, are they? Well, how can I? Wait a minute. Tristan might have an idea. This might work. I don't know. Will this work? Gotta love zip ties. Is that gonna work? I don't think it's gonna work. Darn it. No, it's not gonna work. Darn it. Now I'm gonna get this off. That's a good question, Tristan. You put it on there. Now you gotta take it off. There we go. Well, I guess I'm stuck with that for now. Works better though. That definitely works a lot better. Alright, so that works a lot better than it did before. So, here, I'll show you guys now. So what I did was I took this little metal bracelet back here that holds the thing in place, and I modified it to fit really nice, and now I've extended the links for it as well, and it moves, as you can see, as I lift one, the other one lifts. Then that's the whole point of the sway bar. Let's see. Do you still talk to Coyote0976? I've tried. I've tried to talk to him. You know, what happened between me and him, it's not as big as what happened between him and Jason. It was more, you know, one day it just didn't seem like he really cared about me, you know? There was, like, you know, I'm not going to get into details. It just felt like, you know, he didn't care much for me at all. There was a question that popped up, and, you know, I tried saying something, he kind of blew me off, so I'm like, you know, whatever. You know, I still played along. I joked around with him. It's just, you know, one of those things where I'm just like, alright. And the next thing I know, you know, it was around the same time that Jason and him kind of went their separate ways, that, you know, I just kind of left. And, you know, I didn't want to. I thought he was a cool guy, but, you know, when he doesn't act like you really mean anything, what's the point? You know, I'd love to talk to him again. I've tried talking to him, and, you know, he's actually responded to me once, and then I responded to him, and I got nothing back. So, you know, I tried. You know, I can't say I didn't try. You know, to keep a bridge, but it just kind of fell apart. You know, kind of one of those things where it feels like the whole group kind of is going apart. Jason's working so much. I haven't seen, talked to, or heard from. Or I rarely hear from Jason now that he's working like 24/7. It's ridiculous how much he's working now. So if you're on a budget, the Power HD. Okay, you're talking to me. All right. But yeah, you know, I'd love to talk to him again. It's just, you know, it just doesn't seem like he's all that interested. So you know, I'm not gonna force him to talk to me again. You know, so. It's whatever. I'd love to talk to him again, but what can you do? Alright, so that's the front one. All that's majority of the play is gone, so that's not really curving as it is pushing the whole thing up. Doing it on both sides. Yeah, nothing I can do about that without. Hey RC Bros, you need anything for any of your RC trucks and cars? Right now, majority of them are running, except for 2 of them, which both need new motors because the 2 motors that were originally with them burnt out. So the whole story with it is, basically, in the next video, it's I just need to edit it now. Or not edit it, I just need to write the descriptions. And basically what happened was Devin took Drogan out to test out the new upgrade that we did on him. And, well, no. I'm going ahead of myself. So, Drogan's motor was damaged. Would not spin, would not run. So what do? I'm like, alright. Alright. I took the motor out of the RC, sprayed it with WD-40, got it up and spinning again. So then I did what I always did. We used some distilled water, put it in the motor, ran it in the distilled water. That way I got all the guck out of it. Let it spin, let it spin, let it spin. Took it out, put some motor oil on it just so it can lubricate the bearings and everything. And I put it down, put it back in the RC, set it down, tried running it, and it went up in smoke. So what I do next, I take out Raven's motor, because I know that's a pretty shitty motor as well. Sorry, I just cussed, I just realized that. I took out her motor, put it in Drogan. My brother goes out, runs the RC, and comes back, and that motor is smoking, dead. So then my brother takes Pyro's motor out and puts it in Drogan so he can run her. So I have 2 RCers that are down because they have fried motors. And they're all the Titan 12T POS motors that work like they're freaking nothing. So that's what I need for my RCs right now. And unfortunately, I can't buy them right now because I have, because I know those motors are stupid expensive for the quality of them. But I have my, because I'm going back to school, so I have my tuition and everything to pay. I have my phone bill coming up. I have my registration for my truck, because I have to do emissions and all that stuff. Traxxas Rustler turnbuckles in 2mm because mine caught on fire, as well as 2 3S LiPos I'm saving up. Nice. Like as in like the turnbuckles, you're talking about like the toe links or the actual turnbuckles themselves, or the belt cranks. I should have a bunch of turnbuckles. I just don't know what length. But yeah, that's what's going on with that. Flipping you around so I can look at your back. That does nothing. It's funny when you're the sway bar in the rear does nothing. Let's take a gander back here, shall we, while I'm still doing stuff. That tip's broke. Quit losing stuff, Tristan. Quit losing stuff. Oh, the tire rack? Yeah. I love this thing. Originally, I had the dual tire rack from RPM, but as soon as they came out with the single, I had to get it. I've been so tempted on going to like a craft store and getting some like nylon fabrics and kind of making like straps that go around it. Don't like the nitro, Nathan? I love nitro. But I love my Monster. Monster is my buddy. I can never get rid of Monster. I need to clean him though. He's getting pretty dirty. Been having a lot of fun in the water. Let me tell you that. Had a lot of fun. It sucks out a lot of the freaking water now from my area, because I tell you what, my area is flooded. It's insane. It's insane how flooded my my area has gotten. Just because of all the rain that we've been getting. All the rain. There we go. Had a lot of rain over this last couple days. Okay, I just did waiting for the parts, but where do I live? Or are you asking? Because I live in northern Illinois, just north of Chicago. And let me tell you what, it's insane over here. It's gotten pretty bad. Come on out, you stupid thingy. There we go. I got the rod out. I got the rod out. There we go. Alright, so next up I have to cut these to size. Where is my... Oh, there we go. There we go. It's one. Got one stainless steel rod and one tiny cap. So now the fun part where I get to figure out how tall to make this. Too short. Too tall. Right now I'm cutting some stainless steel screws I have, cutting them down so I can use them as little posts for these links. That way I can don't have to worry about using the aluminum blue covers because I hate the blue. Wow, what are you guys trying to do? Start like a selling thing here on my live stream? I don't care. If you want to sell it, go right on ahead. I don't care. Alright, I don't know, can you guys hear the music in the background? Or am I just kind of dancing to silence for... Alright, cool. So they're at length. I shouldn't try and dance at all. I can't dance. It's the white in me. I can't dance. Then again, I'm also Alaskan Native, so it's quite interesting. Part Alaskan Native, part white. More Alaskan Native than white, but yeah, I can't dance for shit. Bruh, what? What? You gonna say you can't dance either, or what? Well, I mean, can anyone really dance? All I can do is kind of like do some weird, you know, I guess you can call it dancing around a fire in some ritual. Then again, my people kind of hung out in holes in the ground to avoid from the winter. Yeah, this is Minecraft now. I called it a wither. Hey everyone, let's go fight the wither. Have it destroy our houses and whatnot. I still love freaking overkill, bruh, and not say a word. Oh, you wanna come at me, bro? Come at me. Come on, overkill, calling you out. Come on, overkill. What do you gotta say? Say something. I dare you. This is a long stream, I just realized. An hour and a half of just me sitting here working on Monster. I've been streaming for quite some time now, haven't I? Do you still have your Merv? Yes, I do. I still have Velocity. He just doesn't get much spotlight because there's not much I can do to him. I got him from Kaio and he's pretty maxed out, so there's not much I can do to him. You know, I'd love to do more things to him. It's just there's not much I can actually do. That RC is maxed out. It's kind of unfortunate too, because yeah, I don't have to worry about having the fun of taking the RC apart and applying all those upgrades. You know, it's not like that RC is such a pain to take apart. You know? Alright, that's here. Well, until I get stronger rods, I don't think I can do too much, a lot more to this RC today. I could de-anodize them all. Or should I just save that for a video? I'll save that for a video. I won't. Wait, Overkill, who are you talking to? 2,650 kV motor. What kind of motor are we talking about, Bo? You trying to sell it, or you just giving it away? What's the catch, bud? There's always a catch. Don't let them fool you. There's always a catch. Up. What scale motor is it for? 1/10th, 8th scale, 5th scale, 18th? Because I'm interested, that's for sure. It runs, right? Send me an email, RCBros2000@yahoo.com, because I'm definitely interested. Because that would make me one step closer to getting Aurora in an A-scale system. And that's something I've been wanting to do. Is get her in an A-scale. Yes, yes, they do. But yeah, that freaking thing, that's insane. Yeah. All right. I gotta say, the song that's playing on NCS right now, really good. It's like a sax. Yeah, let me turn it up. It's actually kind of loud, so you guys can hear a little bit better. Aw. Alright. I'm not sure. I'm just trying to dog and have a little fun, but I don't know what I'm doing. I thought I'd be horrible at these things. And I'm just being me, so. Alright. You know what? Okay, before I do anything else, you wanna know what's really bad? Is I showed you guys the front of Monster. I lift one tire up, the other lifts up, right? Not as much, but just enough. The rear, the tire doesn't even move. Oh no, it moves like a centimeter, not like a millimeter. Let's see if taking these. Oh. Well, the preloads help, but then my RC kind of like. Turn this down a little bit. Yeah. What's annoying is because I have to have the preloads on Monster so hard in the back because he's a lot heavier back there. I lost one of my preloads. That's not good. Let's grab a new one. Alright, I have no clue where my phone is, so I'll definitely get back to you when I'm done, because I have no clue where my phone is right now. And I have my email sent, or my email goes straight to my phone. Alright, there we go. So yeah. So I think if I get some heavier spring, or not springs, a heavier rod, I think that might help. Because it wants to. Like, I thought about that, because like I showed you earlier, I have the really big titanium rod I have nothing to do with. So I was actually thinking about a way I could use this as a sway bar for Goliath. So I might look into something like that than this, because I have 2 of these. That might make a really good sway bar for Goliath, now that I think about it. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I don't know. Oh, here's the silver bar. I have a. Where's my phone? Well, I don't want to grab my phone, so I can get back to you. Here's my phone. Let's see here. I got quite the amount of notifications here. I got text. I got 3 texts. I got 2 emails. Alright. Alright guys, for you that just joined, I've been working on a Monster Sway Bar kit. If you guys have followed my channel for a long amount of time, you guys know I put in a sway bar kit from Hot Racing a couple months ago. And this thing has been causing me nothing but troubles, so I've been trying to see if I can't improve on the design, since I've already modified the thing on there. So, instead of trying to do this throughout an entire video, I said, you know what, I'm just going to sit down, work on it, and then I had an idea of doing it for a video, doing a little live stream, talking to you guys and everyone while I did it. So, that's what's going on right now. I got the front working the way I want to. In the rear, it works. It's just the tension on my springs are just so high that the metal rod that helps the sway isn't strong enough to fight against it. So I'm just about to measure the rods to see if I can't find a stronger metal that will be able to suffice, like something like titanium, because these are probably made out of some kind of aluminum iron mix, because there's no way these are steel. So I gotta figure out. I would love to know what kind of metal, but this will be 3mm rods. So let's do this. I'm gonna make my go a lot smaller, and let's see if we can't find ourselves something on like eBay, Fleabay. We can't find ourselves a 3mm titanium rod. And there we go. And they're all expensive. And they're all from China. Why? Why? And I'm not even in my thing anyway, so. Is there anything US only? That? 1 kilogram. Well, I found RC parts. I found RC parts. RC Bros, do you have a Vortex? No, I do not. I wish. I think those things are cool. Let's see. What grade do we want? That's the question. It's tensile strength. That's what we're looking for. Let's do some research. What specific grade of metal? Yeah, so depending on the grades is what's going to get us our strength. Commercially pure titanium, softest titanium is the highest. Okay, so we don't want grade 1. Has moderate strength and excellent cold forming properties. I'm thinking maybe 3 or 4. If we can find some. Yeah, finding, this is the hardest part, is trying to find a grade that works. So I got grade 5 right here. Definitely titanium. Corrosion resistant, heat resistant, that's small density, high melting point, high good plasticity. You know what? Only $3 for one. And I won't. God. Is there a titanium dealer that's not in China? Well, that's ridiculous. Why? What? It's just a small rod of titanium. This dude is crazy. Who bought this? Anyone else want to question this? Am I using a PlayStation though? Wait a minute. How late is my stream? Hold up. Let me reload this, because that doesn't look right. Why does it... Did it look like I was like seconds, like half an hour behind? Why is it... I don't get it. I don't get it. Are you using a PlayStation? No, I am not. Yeah, but like... That is so weird. I'm not gonna question it. So, in that case, I guess I have no choice. Let's do... Is this 1/8? How big is this? Because if I'm measuring in metric, that might be my problem. So let's try. That looks like 3. That looks like 332. So let's try 332. And let's see what that gets us. Because this is quite weird. Alright. Alright. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we are getting somewhere. One, grade 2. I can get grade 3 or 5. And that gives me a lot of 10 of them, which I can then hold on for future times I do something like this, I guess. So I'm gonna. Alright. 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 I'm just not gonna. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for now. Yeah. Because we're about to hit 2 hours, so I guess if there's any last questions you guys would like to ask, now would be the best time, because it's about time that I need to get back to doing that description thing and trying to keep track of this while trying to do all that, because I gotta do a lot. I really gotta do a lot at the moment, so I think I'm probably gonna wind this down, guys, get that video out, and then move from there, because I still got a lot to do. I have a lot of upgrades to record, and I go back to work tomorrow, so I should really get back to it. Now that we're not drowning in water, definitely a good time to do it. So, alright, later Nathan, yeah. Later, everybody else. I'll close this down now. Hey, wait. I need a haircut, because, yeah, alright. Peace, guys.